Chapter 3. While I'm in here throwing my little pity party, some girl is pooping in the stall next to me. I mean, pooping. Like, really going for it. It's as if that poor toilet insulted her mother or something, and she's trying to teach the thing a lesson. It's like Plop City in here, and she just goes to town. And the smell. I've never accused a school bathroom of smelling good, even on the best of days, but I think she is peeling the paint off the walls. Pretty soon I'll be able to see last year's graffiti. I try to get my misery chased away, the smile forming on my lips, but the sounds and the smells are just too strong. I start to giggle. I smash my lips together to keep it in, but the laughter escapes through my nose and eventually takes over. Oh my God, I say, struggling to breathe. Are you okay in there? Yeah, laugh it up, replies a voice. It's as flat as roadkill, no emotion whatsoever. Sorry, I say, still giggling. Sorry, replies the voice. Stupid IBS flaring up. Nervous, I guess. The last sentence was spoken through the filter of a strained grunt. Slam that door over there awfully hard. Thought you were going to tear the place down. Sorry, I say again. And judging from the fact that your pants aren't around your ankles right now, I'd say that you didn't come in here to see your biological urgencies. Huh? You didn't run in here like a preteen tornado just to take a leak. You came in here under great emotional duress, not wanting to admit that she was right. I let a moment of silence creep into the conversation. Your silence speaks volumes, sister, she says, so spill it. What's up? I don't know if it's the fact that I can't see her and don't recognize her voice as that of an enemy, or if the whole situation is just that absurd, or if it's something about her weird way of talking. But I actually find myself feeling like talking to the mystery pooper. Go figure. I don't know, I began. It's stupid, really. I came here thinking that things would be different this year, thinking that somehow summer would have changed everything and people would have suddenly decided to not be a bunch of jerk nuggets. I was pretty excited to come here today, actually, if you can believe it. I hear a deep, overly sympathetic sigh from the other side of the wall, and I would venture to guess that something has already happened to bring those foolish expectations crashing to the ground. You got it, I reply. And what force of adolescence shattered your world today? She asks. What apocalyptic occurrence has brought you into the porcelain refuge? I'm tempted to feel like she's totally being a sarcastic snot right now, but she's somehow putting this conversation off. She's got a good way of talking grown up, but not so grown up that it makes me feel like she's talking down to me. I froze up in the cafeteria, stood there staring at all the kids in there like a complete idiot. Got yelled at by some teacher, totally dropped everything, and doused my shoes with milk. Then some jerk started to clap, and everyone joined in. Ouch, she says. Rough start, all right. Nothing like being the center of attention. She pauses for a second. I've got you beat, though. What do you mean? I ask. Last year at my old school, I pooped my pants in front of my entire gym class. Nuh-uh, I say in stunned denial of such an outrageous confession. I mean, we're in middle school, a world filled with vicious, immature hyenas just waiting to pounce at the slightest whiff of distress. Something like that would be nothing short of social suicide. Yup, she says. We were running laps and I felt a rumble, Thought I just needed to release a bit of gastrointestinal air pressure. Oh, God, I say, knowing where the story was heading, laughter beginning to filter into my voice. Yeah, she continues. Thought I was safe to just crop dust a little bit and continue on my merry way. So, crop dust? I interrupt. You know, she says, in a how the hell do you not know this tone? When you have to fart, but you're walking around in a crowded place, so you just kind of do a slow release as you walk along, so it just kind of blends into everything. Oh, gotcha. I've done that tons of times. Right. Anyway, turns out there was more to the story, and I left a trail from the gym all the way to the bathroom. They had to evacuate the gym while the janitor came in with some special disinfectant and cleaned the whole gym floor. You're right, I say, sympathetic, horror shutting down my laughter. About what? You got me beat. Told you so, she says. So what happened? Did you have to change schools? I mean, if that happened to me, I think I might just catch the next train out of town and commit myself to the life of a middle school hobo. To be honest, sitting there in that bathroom with my defiled undies, trying to clean myself up with the last four squares of a roll of woefully thin toilet paper, I thought my life was over. I thought that there was no way a girl who just took a dump in the gym could ever hope to have a normal life. Did people make fun of you? I ask. Absolutely, she says with a chuckle. And I got called lots of names, and people gave me grossed out looks, and people laughed at me when they walked by. You know how kids our age are. Yep, I say, thinking about the sea of sarcastic applause that I had just swam through to get where I am now. And I begged my parents to let me change schools, pleaded, cried, tore my clothes, covered myself in ashes, fully participated in every dramatic gesture I'd ever heard of. But no dice. I had to go back day after day. I am so sorry. That must have been horrible, I say. So, how did you deal? The sound of the morning bell cuts through the still putrid air, interrupting our little chat. Guess that's a story for another time, she says. She nudges my dingy milk soaked sneaker with hers, a brand new pair of Nikes. Now go on, Miss Derry. Don't want to add tardiness to your list of first day complications. First period is Mr. Warsham's life science class. He's this old guy with a wicked comb over and one of those TV teacher jackets with the patches on the elbows. His voice is all nasally, and he gives off a major Mr. Rogers vibe. His voice disappears into the background of my mind as I picture him going home and changing into slippers and a cardigan and singing songs about how sharing is caring and a bunch of other touchy feely bullcrap like that. And suddenly I'm back there. I'm back there, and dad's there, and I'm so small, and I can smell him, and I can hear mom screaming in the other room, and he's yelling loud, 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 like the whole house is about to fall down. And I'm staring at the cracked TV screen, watching that same old DVD for the thousandth time, like a good little girl, but I can't hear the ding ding of the trolley taking all us kids into the neighborhood of make believe because he's so loud, and I just want to disappear into the wall with that little red car because I want to be anywhere but here. And mom is screaming and crying. But if I sit here like a good little girl and pretend like we're the perfect little TV family, then he'll leave me alone. But I'm stuck, and she's stuck, and young lady, shouts Mr. Warsham. The world swirls back into focus, And I wonder how long he's been trying to get my attention because he's a little red in the face and his comb over has gone crooked. The splash sends ripples of nervous giggles around the room. I wipe some wet from the corner of my eye, hoping no one notices. Can you pass those back, please? He asked, pointing toward a stack of papers on my desk. I hand them back without bothering to look at them, and he leans a little bit closer and says in one of those fake pretending to whisper but not really whispering voices, do you need to go see the nurse? I think about that for a second. Not unless she can demilkify my shoes or shake me up like an etch a sketch and reset my life, or change my stupid ugly face, or give me a lobotomy, or fix my frizzy hair. Nope, I say instead. I'm okay. Then, if you can't pay attention, you can just take yourself down to the office, he says in a very Mr. Rogers voice. I'm tempted to take him up on that offer because, like most people, he obviously doesn't want me around. I decide to stick around, though. I'm sorry, I say. He nods this curt little nod and walks away, droning on about how important it is to learn about the living world around us and how that we're going to do a ton of really fun things like dissect baby pigs and learn how to grow our own food. Sounds like it's going to be another big fat trip, Boringville to me. He says that life is nothing short of amazing and that we don't have to look very far to witness miracles. He makes a big show pointing out the window. I roll my eyes and follow his hand. What do you see? He asked in a super dramatic, slightly hushed tone. I'll bet he was in front of the mirror last night practicing this little routine. I get where he's going with this. He wants us to look out and see the miraculous wonders of Mother Nature. He wants us to go all zen or whatever and ponder the meaning of existence or some crap like that. But we're a bunch of seventh grade sacks full of crazy and hormones. Good luck getting any of us to ponder anything beyond our phone screens. What do you see? What do I see? I look beyond the trees and grass that he's so clearly wanting us to go gaga over to this place in the distance. It's this big new shopping center, the size of a small town, and in it, I see shiny new signs for a bunch of shiny new shops where people can buy shiny new things. I hoofed it up there back in July just to check it out. It's a hell of a walk. So by the time I got there, I was sweating my butt off. Like, seriously, stanky, dripping. I walked into this hip clothing store, and the checkout lady took one look at me and said something into her geeky little headset microphone. Before I could take two steps, this burly guy come out from some back room and stuck to me tighter than my sweaty shorts. I tried to smile at him, and that I may look like a street rat thief, but I really just wanted to look around and feel normal for a freaking second type of way. But he was all frowny face, just waiting for me to lift something so he'd have an excuse to release some pent up testosterone rage on me. I left and walked back home. I felt like an idiot for even thinking I could dip a toe into the world outside of my own little corner of Crazy Town. I'm still staring out the window long after the rest of the class is back to pretending to pay attention to science teacher man. When I decide to tune back in, he's off on some tangent about grizzly bears. I hear a couple of girls behind me whispering and giggling. When I turn around, they lock eyes with me and go back to whispering. I just know they're talking about me. They're dressed like they just jumped off the pages of a fashion magazine. Stupid stuck up preps. I blast them with the old one finger salute and turn around before I can see the looks on their stupid, too much makeup wearing faces. I turn my attention back to Mr. Worsham. That comb over, though. I spend the rest of the period praying for a rogue gust of wind to come along and make it dance.